Welcome back to Miles Edgeworth Ace Investigator 2. And we're on a quest, but not just any quest. We're on a mission. And that mission is to find out what the hell is going on. As always, it's been a while, so I don't really know what I'm doing. What have we got? Yeah, we have this sketch of beauties. Can we talk to her about this? We need to talk to her about this. These other two, those are just sketches. And again, he's getting better compared to Phoenix Wright 3. But, yeah, we need to talk to her about this. So... Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Putzing about with my mouse here. That's the fountain. It appears the body has already been recovered by the police. Why was the body from the victim from 18 years ago found to be floating in the fountain, and how was it preserved? I mean, wouldn't the body have gone all goopy after 18 years? I think probably would have decayed to the point of skeleton at that point. I don't know if I would call it goopy. It certainly would have required a special method to preserve the body. Yeah, I wonder if such a method even exists. Clearly it does, because whatever. Hey, Mr. Forensics Guy, any new information? Yes! Oh, well, that's good. Normalium and Phaetium have been detected in the fountain water. They must have flowed through the stream from the Autumn Palace to the fountain. Oh, shit. Aside from the chemicals, we also found high levels of sugar. We're working hard on investigating it. Sugar in the fountain water? What could have caused that? I'm guessing he was preserved in what's going to reveal to be, sorbet? Like, just frozen? Which is grim, but... This is the grimmest... What's the grimmest thing Phoenix Wright has ever done? Ooh. Grimmest thing in any of the Phoenix Wright games. I'll have to think about that one. Stuffing a body in the safe in the third game, and then finding it a day later was pretty grim. I don't know, it's hard to say because every case is a fucking murder case. The whole, I want to say there's DL6, I believe this one is SL9. No, SL9 was the Gant one, this is IS7 or some shit. I can check that actually. Yeah, this is IS7. So, SL9 was pretty grim, that whole affair. Ooh, you know what? Given the mental scarring that went on in SL9, I'm gonna say the SL9 instance probably the grimmest thing. Not to take away from DL6, that's pretty grim too. But there's plenty of scarring there. But I think scarring combined with gross amounts of blackmail and cover-ups and eventual murder. Probably, yeah. If you have a better suggestion, I'm happy to hear it. But anyways, let's talk to, Delicia.
Oi! How's the investigation coming along? Have you found anything?
Forgot she was doing this now. Hoy! Not quite, actually. We haven't found any clues yet.
You're doing it wrong. Hoy's only used when you're showing someone something.
Also, I think we did this already. Yeah, I think we did that already. We had a good chuckle about it. Can I do the thing where I deduce things? No, I can't. Do I have any logic that's worth looking at? Minty aroma. Pots were switched. Oh, wait a minute here. Smells different from the tea this morning. Larry switched the pots. Maybe the reason why Ceylon tea smelled differently was because the pots had been switched. Eh? Really? Well, the taste of the tea itself did not actually change after all. Let's go ask Miss Hall about it in more detail. I believe we shall. from across the fountain. Excuse me, miss. You know what? I'll come over there. Was the reason why the Ceylon tea smelled different because the pots were switched? Oh, God. Oui, that's certainly possible. It had a fresh, minty aroma, not unlike the uva tea. Ah, I remember now. I prepared some mint tea yesterday. I'm sure that aroma just happened to remain in the teapot. Well, that's a new piece of logic there. Which has to do with mint and tea, so I'm guessing it connects to the other piece of logic that has to do with mint and tea. Is that really all there is to it? Pot with different aroma. Tea has a minty aroma because a different teapot was used. Normalium is a red liquid with a minty aroma. Alright, it's not tea, but I mean, come on now. They yelled at me for jumping the gun on this. Are they really gonna do it again? Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, this is a connection I made a while ago. They're really gonna say I'm still not getting it. A minty aroma was emanating from the pot Larry had replaced. Miss Hall said the aroma was left over from the mint tea she prepared yesterday. Indeed. She seemed less surprised to find out that Larry broke the teapot, and more surprised by the fact that pots had been switched. That's right. Normally it would have been the reverse. A broken teapot is much more shocking. She was probably trying to hide this teapot. Hide the pot? Out of context. One of the characteristics of Normalium is a minty aroma. There is a possibility that she was hiding Normalium inside this teapot. Again, it's a pretty common drug. To the point where they suspected the painter. Like, why do you need to hide it in a teapot? What? Inside the pot? It's only a possibility for now, but it's one worth investigating. Mr. DeBest, I assume you haven't found the Normalium yet? What's up with my throat? Probably because I haven't done these voices in a while. Woohoo! Oh, yeah, something's all wrong. Excuse me a second. I didn't want to do a throat exercise on camera. Or recording, I suppose. Woohoo! Oh. I've had the entire art museum searched, but I haven't received any reports yet. And what about you? Question mark. Don't you have any ideas? Only one. I knew it. Nobody but me would be able to find it. Wait, what? You have an idea where it is? Indeed. Then tell me. It may have been in this teapot that Miss Hall had used. Woohoo! This teapot is pretty nice. It would make the perfect present for the best prosecutor. Jot that down, somebody. It's not a present, it's an important piece of evidence. Thank goodness we never get evidence that's useless. That would be... It's like, I'll just put this in my evidence folder. Now that it's here, we know it will come back later. No, this doesn't look particularly valuable. I'll just chuck it since we won't need it. No evidence folder for you. I mean, it works... Otherwise, you'd get, like, the, it makes sense for a player perspective that all your evidence is used and there's no, like, useless red herring evidence. Because that would lead to the LA Noire situation where he'll be investigating a crime scene and suddenly the dramatic music starts playing and the controller starts vibrating and you go to pick it up and it's just a used pack of cigarettes. It's completely pointless. Which, it was alright, but, I mean, ultimately it was just kind of stupid. I should play LA Noire. God, you know what? I haven't played LA Noire in a long time. I forget a lot of what happened. And, like, the solutions in a lot of the interviews. And I've been considering getting it for the Switch because I want to play it again. I might just record LA Noire, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, it's just evidence. Then I guess I'll have forensics take a look at it. Yeah, just evidence. Prefer his presence. I wanted him to trip and fall on his face. Monsieur Edgeworth, is there something wrong with the teapot I used? This teapot has a minty aroma to it. It's the same aroma as one of the two chemicals used to create the poison gas.
Monsieur Edgeworth, surely you don't mean... You suspect me of having set off the poison gas?
I do. Wow. Very upfront about it, I see. Setting up the poison gas trap in the Autumn Palace would have required some preparation. As the curator of this museum, you're the only one who could have prepared it in advance.
I wonder about that. Preparations for the opening of the museum took about a week, and I received help from both outsiders and Madame Delicia. I think there are people besides me who are also suspicious.
Of course, Delicia is also under scrutiny.
Furthermore, I don't even know how to create something like poison gas.
It sounds like you just mixed these two chemicals. One of them's literally called Fatalium.
Even if you found normalium in my teapot, there is no way I could have prepared the poison gas.
Like, is Fatalium by itself not fatal? Because that name's misleading.
Well then, I look forward to hearing the analysis results from the teapot.
Her excuse is that she doesn't know how to prepare the poison gas. I must find a way to shatter that excuse. But first I have to take this. Hello, this is Edgeworth. What's that, my Chinese Bring it around front. I just love that lemon chicken. Can't get enough. Shrimp fried rice. Mongolian beef, you say? You're getting a tip, good sir. Sorry, I might be kind of hungry. It's Gumshoe, sir. Did something happen? Actually, right now all the investigators but me have left the Winter Palace. So I can finally tell you what we found. Ah, I see. It's not good for a detective to be leaking information about the investigation, but that has never stopped him before. He has done it in every game, with that damnable right. Anyways. His resourcefulness has saved me many times these past few days. And years. Give him some credit. Well, I mean, it's kind of screwed you over years, I suppose, because Phoenix Wright keeps winning. Mostly because Gumshoe keeps giving him evidence and telling him about shit. Also, I guess, yeah, the events of the last game were just a couple days ago. God, it's been a busy week for him, hasn't it? All of the sculptures in the Winter Palace have melted. There's still some liquid left in the cases, but there's less in the Gemini case than the Taurus case. Alright, so it melted faster. There's still liquid in the glass cases? Yes, sir. We just investigated the white blue liquid a moment ago. We only detected sugar in the Taurus case, but for some reason, in the Gemini case, we detected 3 different substances. 3 substances? He's slipping into a bit of an Elmer Fudd, this Gumshoe. They consisted of sugar, salt, and blood. Blood? Blood and salt were detected in the Gemini case? That is curious, to say the least. I wonder whose blood it could have been. Isn't it your job as a detective to figure it? Whatever. I've asked forensics to look into it, sir. Well, alright, it is their job, not your job. Right, I'll leave it to you, detective. That reminds me, the forensics investigating the fountain patio contacted me. It seems the sugar found in the fountain matches that found in the white blue liquid. Oh, that sounds like valuable information. I mean, didn't we establish that it melted and ran off into the fountain? Although that would explain how blood got into the fountain. Analysis results. Touch check. Is that all the new information you have for me? Let's see this. Traces of salt, sugar, and blood detected in the Gemini fountain. Yeah, okay, it says from the Gemini. Help if it said it over on the right, though. Sugar matches the light blue liquid found in Dover's room 18 years ago. That wasn't said. I'm glad I checked this. The sugar found in the fountain also appears to have the same composition. Interesting. If he was actually frozen in, like, a sculpture for 18 years and then melted and dumped into a fountain, that might be the grimmest thing we've ever done in these Phoenix Wright games. SL9 be damned. Ah, now that you mention it, we found a rainbow white device in there, too. Okay.
The device was used to disguise the Autumn Palace. It seems the device was used in the IS-7 incident is also connected to this one. I shall listen to what Delicia has to say about that.
I have to get back to the investigating now, sir. When we get back the results of the blood tests, I'll let you know right away.
Yes, thank you, Detective.
Was that Gummy calling? That sure was a long call.
Wasn't that long.
But thanks to him, we now have an important piece of information. In order to break Miss Hall's alibi, I'll need to talk to everyone involved in the IS-7 incident.
Well, Gustavia can't... whatever. Let's see, who's here that was actually involved? Raymond, Hall, and Delicia. Everyone else was not... well, everyone else who was involved is either dead or not here. Why is the fountain bouncing up and down? Is that a graphical fuck-up, or is that something the fountain actually does? Seems like that might have been a graphical fuck-up.
Delicia, would you be willing to aid in the investigation?
Yes, of course. Anything for Miley and Kay-Faye. I'll listen to whatever you have to say.
I was wondering if you could stop calling me Miley. Miley.
It's so weird to say.
And stop calling me Kay-Faye.
Fine, that's out of the question. I can't just change a name I've already decided on.
Even if we ask her, she won't listen to what we have to say at all.
I'd like to think I've gotten better at the K voice over time. I started this playthrough not able to do great female voices, and I still can't, but I think, Sorry. I've been wounded deeply, and I can't explain why, because it's too complicated, but, also, the person who wounded me just now doesn't watch this series, so it's unimportant, to bring it up. However, I'll make sure they're made fully aware of my disgust. Anyways, that put me right out of this mood of bragging about how my K voice has actually gotten a little bit better. Can we talk about this sketch Larry made of you?
This sketch is the one called the Sketch of Beauties.
That's what the one who drew it called it, although it seems you were excluded from it.
Was that boy perhaps Loris? I'd love to chat with him one-on-one later.
It would be my pleasure to introduce you.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're making an awfully evil face right now.
That's something I miss from Phoenix Wright games and the Edgeworth games. There's no real, like, pressing need to present people with evidence. You can still do it, but...
Oh, didn't Greggy have a different badge?
You can still do it, but in the Phoenix Wright games, you had to do it. There was, like, evidence and dialogue and new conclusions drawn by presenting evidence to the people you were talking to. And there was only ever, like, one person in the room at the time. That's less the case in the Edgeworth games, and it's something I kind of miss. I like that you can still do it, and it's also not in the new games either. Like, you don't present shit to people unless it's in court.
Yes, my father was a defense attorney, and I chose a different path than my father.
Ah, I see. So that's how it is. It can't be helped, since you're at that age.
He's like 25. 26, right around there. Phoenix was like 26 in the third game. So, I'm gonna assume, since this is between Game 3 and Apollo Justice, Edgeworth is also 26, 27.
But when you get a bit bigger, I'm sure you understand that your father loved you. Because everyone goes through the rebellious phase, there's no reason to be ashamed about it.
What? I didn't become a prosecutor because I was in a rebellious phase.
He's also like 27. Yeah, let's talk about these decorations.
Do you know anything about the decorations that are used in this museum? Specifically the fluorescent clothes and a special device called a rainbow light?
I said clothes, it's cloths.
You see, of course I do. Because they are presents that I gave to Katie. As an apology for breaking the rules 18 years ago.
I'm just noticing... Is that a bear on her apron? What is that? It looks odd. Like it's got sort of a pointed up... It's got bear ears and a bear-shaped head, but it's got a really pointed nose and what looks like a floppy little arm next to its head. I don't know what that is. But I'm curious now. It's no Detective Duck from those Evidence Law 101 books. Stop showing me that, Steam. It's betraying me in every sense. And I'm still not going to say what it is. Although I could end the episode and yell at that person.
I gave her 4 new rock salt lamps and 4 fluorescent cloths used in the contest.
Wow, that sounds nice. Fluorescent cloths and rock salt lamps.
Seems like only us girls can understand how wonderful they are.
I mean, they're cool. I wouldn't say they're wonderful.
That's
That's a cruel thing to say, Mr. Licia. I liked them too, you know.
Fine, that was back when Ray Ray was still a cute little boy.
But back when Mr. Shields was a cute little boy? I can't even imagine it.
Are they the same decorations you saw 18 years ago?
Probably. The rock salt lamp and the cloth and the rainbow light device. They all seem the same. I mean, the cloth, it's not like it would go bad, but I would hope that she at least changed the light bulbs and some of the circuitry and shit on the rainbow light device. It's 18 years old. There hasn't been step-ups in technology since then.
4 fluorescent cloths were used in the Autumn Palace. But I have the feeling I saw one more in the same cloth.
It's true. Look, I've got the proof right here in me bag.
What is she searching for?
Not this. No, not this either.
I remember seeing a cloth like that recently. Let's show Delicia and have her confirm my suspicions.
Ah, so we actually are presenting. Well, that was a poor time for me to go on that particular rant. But anyways, we'll do that in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Tokenlad. Talk to you later, Shrewd Negotiators, and see you around Ask Clowns.